welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jess. Today is my wrap-up, and let me tell you, my July wrap-up is a little long. I read 18 books last month. It is because I had an extensive TBR, and then I also did Booktubeathon, and I'll kind of wrap up Booktubeathon in this video just as a general synopsis before we get started. But I did have quite a few books that I finished this month, which is great considering last month I finished one whole book. And let me tell you guys, life just happens sometimes, and I don't know why last month was such a good reading month for me. I was just on it, I guess. In this video, I'm also going to go ahead and include at the end my TBR for next month, as well as a couple buddy reads that I'm reading with people. I have 3 different buddy reads going on, so I thought I would kind of go over that and say hi to you guys. But let's go ahead and get started because this is going to be a long video, and I am going to film this a little bit differently. I'm going to do really quick synopsis of the book, what I thought of them, and the stars that I gave it on Goodreads. And if you'd like to find me on Goodreads, I always link that down below. I don't really post reviews that often. I have posted reviews of one of these books though that I absolutely loved, and I just had to gush about it. But if you are interested in seeing that, that link is down below, and let's go ahead and just get started. Waking Gods by Sylvain Neuvel. Everything You Thought About Aliens Is Wrong, Part 2. And I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. Book number 2, Roar by Cora Carmack. If I lie about the most important thing to our nation, no one will ever notice. I gave this book 3 out of 5 stars. Number 3, Sleeper in the Spindle by Neil Gaiman. Disney done right. I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. Number 4, On in the Frost Giants by Neil Gaiman. Size really still doesn't matter. 5 out of 5 stars. Book number 5, Winter Song by S.J. Jones. Girl meets Goblin King, girl sacrifices herself to Goblin King, 300 and some pages of absolutely nothing ensues. I gave this book 2 out of 5 stars. Book number 6, Empress of a Thousand Skies by Rhoda Belleza. Girl decides to exact revenge on somebody killing her entire family, doesn't double check if she should in fact be killing the person that she is killing. I gave this book 3 out of 5 stars. Book number 7, Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. Money, 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 heist, waffles. I gave this book 3 out of 5 stars. Book number 8 is Snow White by Matt Phelan. Grumpy is just as annoying as a small child as he is as a grown man. I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. Books 9 out of 13 are the Big Trouble in Little comic books that I read this month. This book is about a man who gets the ugliest dog ever and then uses his wit to fool cross-dressers into giving him back his best friend. Book number 14 is Wrinkle in Time, the Hope Larson edition. This book is still easier to read than the first one. I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. Book number 15 is The Smell of Other People's Houses by Bonnie Sue Hitchcock. This is essentially Alaska in a nutshell. I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars once I finally finished crying. Book number 16 is Illuminate by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. This book is literally my worst fears come to life, however I did give this 5 out of 5 stars. Book number 17 is Want by Cindy Pond. Boy meets girl, boy kidnaps girl, boy lets girl go, spends entirety of book trying to woo girl while simultaneously trying to assassinate her dad. And book number 18 is Dimension W by Yuji Iwahara, I think is how you say this. All I got from this book is really that robots are people too. If you haven't seen the anime, you should watch it. It's fucking amazing. But I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars, and I'm glad that I finally read it. So guys, those are all the books that I read this month. And to sum up how I did for Booktubeathon, I did read 6 out of the 7 books that I had set. I will link in a card or down below the book my TBR for the Booktubeathon. I did not finish Elantris by Brandon Sanderson, and that's going to take us into the second part of this video, which is my TBR for August. I cannot believe it is August already. Holy shit. But sorry if you can hear my husband laughing. He is playing a video game downstairs. So the first book that I'm going to be continue reading, which I don't have on me right now because it is in my cart, is Elantris by Brandon Sanderson. I am super excited to finish that. I'm absolutely loving it. I don't know why it took me this long to read a Brandon Sanderson book, especially since my husband is like a huge fan of him. I don't know, but I am loving it, and I'm very excited to keep reading it. And book number 2 that I'm going to be reading is Genesis by Bernard Beckett. I am still currently reading this with coffee chatter. Life has kind of gotten in the way for both of us this month, and I don't feel bad about that because you read at your own pace. If you want to read, you read. If you don't, you don't. So right now we are still currently reading this. I'm on page 36, I believe, and I'm absolutely loving it. It is super good. It is very interesting, and I'm very excited to finish it. Hopefully this month, if not, whatever, I'll finish it when I get to it. It's only like 150 pages, so if I want to read it super slow, I'm going to read it super slow. And the next book I'm going to try to read this month, if I do enjoy it, is Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. I didn't really enjoy Six of Crows as much as I thought it was going to. Funny enough, the people that I thought would love it did love it, and the people that I thought weren't going to like it didn't like it. So a lot of my close friends didn't like Six of Crows. So I don't know if I'm going to like this or not. But we'll try and see. I didn't like Kaz as much as I thought I was going to, but I am still really excited to read this because I do like the world. Even though someone sort of told me like the things that are wrong with the world, it kind of taints it, but I still did kind of enjoy it. I love Matthias a lot, and that's why I want to keep reading this. I do like him and Nina's sort of dynamic and their relationship, so I'm excited to see where that goes. But yeah, I wasn't a big fan of Six of Crows, but we'll see how I like this one. The next book that I'm going to try to read this month is Ready Player One. I'm actually buddy reading this with a friend that I met on Instagram. I'm very excited to read this because it seems like something that is totally up my alley, but we'll see. I didn't want to read it before, and then I kind of did. I don't know, I'm sort of back and forth on this one, but I am going to try to read it this month because As you guys know, I'm moving this month, so I wanted just a couple of light books just to read, throw in there, and I think this would be a really good choice for that. So, and the next book that I'm going to be reading, I'm buddy reading with my friend Destiny, and I have to be honest, I am a little bit nervous about it because I don't know if I'm going to love it or not because I have a bad history with Rainbow Rowell, but it is Carry On. The only part of Fangirl that I really enjoyed was the fanfic that she was writing, so I think I'll really like this, and I think I'll really like it because honestly, it's like a fantasy novel. It's not like contemporary, and I think that's what I don't really like about Rainbow Rowell is like her contemporary writing, so I think I'll like this, but I'm excited to read this one just because I want to see Rainbow kind of go out of the norm. I like when contemporary authors do something other than like what they normally do, and I know that's weird to be like liking a fantasy author writing contemporary, and that's not something that you can really expect them to do, but I think it's super interesting that she did it, and I really can't wait to read this one just to see if I like it, just to finally have a Rainbow Rowell book that I enjoy. And the last book that I'm going to be reading this month is The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee. I got this in my owl crate this month, and I am really excited to read it because I've heard it is freaking hilarious. I love that there's character representation in here of a bi character, of like a sassy, like his best friend is super sassy. I don't know, I'm just really excited to read this. I was super geeked when I got it in my owl crate. I don't know how much I love the cover. I love the blue, because you know we get like special edition covers in the owl crates sometimes, but I'm still really excited to read this. I think it sounds like so much fun, and I think this will be a great lighthearted read to read. It'd be a great lighthearted read to have this month, and I'm just really excited to read it. I know I say that a lot. I'm always super geeked about the books that I'm going to read, so I'm sorry if you hear me say I'm super excited to read it, but honestly I'm just super excited to read it. Alright guys, so that is it for my wrap up from last month and my TBR for this month. I cannot believe it's already August. I know I say that every single month, but holy shit, where has the year gone? Just so you guys know, I will be moving later on in this month, so I don't know how much of my TBR I'm actually going to get done. I am going to focus more on my buddy reads first, just because, you know, you are kind of reading it with another person and you want to be nice and like finish the book that you're reading with them, hopefully. Obviously the people I'm reading with kind of understand that I am moving. But I'm really excited to move. There might be a lapse in videos, there might not be. If I have time to film extra ones, I will. But I hope you guys are having a good week, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!
If I was a question, would you be my answer? If I was the music, would you be the dancer? If I was the student, would you be the teacher? If I was the sinner, would you be the preacher? Would you be my... Is it done, done, done?